So fortunately, my wife and I will be staying on a few more days and hope to see a lot more of this part of the world. It's lovely.
So you'll get a chance to see some of the sites aside from working here.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, in fact, I'm retired now, so I do have a little more time in my life for sampling some of these other pleasures, not just the science.
You're retired, but you're a very, very well sought after man because you have a lot to share. And the main question here is, your declaration that your life changed at 9:05 a.m. on the 10th of September,
Yeah.
1984. So nearly 30 years now. Your life changed, but also the lives of hundreds and thousands of other people. I mean, in your slideshow there, you talked about how many thousands of cases and people who are, using your DNA fingerprinting for immigration or paternity tests or even crimes now. How do you feel about that? I mean, 30 years on, is that life-changing moment still relevant today as it was 30 years ago?
Oh, well, I think it was in sort of several respects. First of all, when we first came up with the idea of DNA-based identification, we saw it as a technology of last resort. When the police were desperate and they tried every other line of investigation and drawn a blank, then you bring out DNA. And totally different. So it's now the technology of first resort. We're now in a world with more than 50 million people who have been tested and are now sitting convicted on DNA databases. We have a technology which completely transformed paternity testing, family law. The impact has been enormous. So it's been an exciting ride.
Very exciting ride and very, very interesting information that you've given out there. Bringing it to North Cyprus, I'm sure you've heard of the situation here of our turbulent history and, for instance, the case of the missing persons where now at the moment they're trying to dig up the graves and match the bones to families. For instance, now with such a wonderful institute here at University, do you think that maybe there could be some, emphasis on trying to bring modern technology to Northern Cyprus and to use your DNA fingerprinting to maybe solve cases here even?
Yeah, so the application of basically exactly the same technology, whether it's to mass grave identification or catching criminals and so on, it's all the same. So, I mean, I make a very strong argument that it's really an obligation of the country now to provide a sort of national integrated service. And for example, with Cyprus, then there are major issues about grave identifications. And for the individuals involved, these are exceedingly important issues. People need to know the whereabouts of their loved one. They need to bring closure, and even after 40 years, it's burning issues. So I make a strong argument that you're perfectly capable of doing it, it's affordable, do it.
Also, I mean, I've been asked to ask you about the very first case, and you highlighted about the immigration and the case of the young boy, was he a member of the family or not? I mean, we're going back many years now, and, you affected that family's lives and the lives of many other people with your discovery. Are you still surprised and amazed at how you've developed, how this thing has developed over the years?
Oh, I have to keep pinching myself to see if I'm dreaming. I mean, in a way, I shouldn't take too much credit here. Someone had to be the first, and I was just a very lucky person to stumbled on the right technology at the right time with the right ideas. But if I'd never been born, forensic DNA would have appeared on the scene maybe a year or two later, but it would have been there. So I don't overestimate my own role in this. It was historically inevitable it was going to happen.
But it has happened, and 3 years on, you are here in Northern Cyprus talking about your discovery, and I just want to say thank you once again for all your hard work. I know that you say that the best science discoveries and the best scientists make the discovery just by chance. Do you still think that in the years to come we still have many more discoveries to make? Obviously we do, but...
Oh, the list of discoveries is endless, running into the future. I remember there was, well, I'm not old enough to remember this, but the sort of the fin de siècle concept at the end of the 19th, beginning of the 20th century, where the physicists and the chemists said, well, we understand it all. We understand magnetism and electricity and chemistry and you name it. Really, it's all done now. It's just a matter of filling in the details. And then 4 years later, we had Einstein came along and completely changed the world. So have we really got a final view of the whole universe and how it works and so on? No, we're massively in the dark. We're still groping our way in the sort of blind creatures trying to find the truth.
And as you said in your lecture, it's wise men like you who look to see what happens and maybe perchance discover something that is very, very beneficial to
Right.
the whole world, to humankind. I just want to say again, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here on the island, and hopefully maybe it'll be not the first and only time that you'll be here. I know you are retired, enjoying your life with your family, but hopefully we having a repeat performance in the years to come.
Well, I'll certainly be back to Cyprus. This is in fact my second visit to the islands. The first time was in the other bit.
Okay,
But
so-
yeah, and it's both times have been fantastic. I've
So
loved it.
it could be a third time lucky then, maybe another third time in the future.
I can't imagine we'll not be back.
Well, hopefully the wonderful institute here, we're getting a nod from the head of the institute
Right.
at the University of saying that she would invite you back. So hopefully see you again soon. But thank you very much for all your hard work.
No, but my pleasure entirely. It's been a lot of fun. It still will be. Thank you.